Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome to what is just going to be a very quick video just talking about Crusader Kings 2 and if it's something we want to look at on the channel. So it's something a few people mentioned, maybe I should get into Crusader Kings 2, could do videos on it, etc, etc. It's not a game I've actually really played before. I have played a little bit of EU4, so I kind of know the main concept, even though Crusader Kings is kind of very different in many ways. I kind of know the combat system is kind of similar. And there are some similarities between them. So I just brought a cheap copy from CD Keys. Hasn't got all the DLC because there's like £400 worth of DLC for this game, which kind of makes it completely ridiculous. So I just got sort of a good chunk to get started, and sort of I'm going with that. So I just thought we'd very briefly talk about the game and if it's something that we might be interested in doing. So you basically pick as a minor king. You can start in different ages depending on DLC and stuff. I've not got the Charlemagne DLC, so I can't start really early, but for example, we can start in 867 and you can become sort of a leader of any one of these random countries, Moravia to sort of the Frankish Empire to a random king in Ireland, which is kind of quite a fun place to do. And then you basically control your family. This is you start off as the king, so let's just load in for this. Yes, with standard rules. And it's all about sort of controlling your family, not only your country. So if your dynasty dies and there's no one to inherit, then that's pretty much game over. Or I think it literally is game over, not just pretty much. Then obviously, sometimes your children will want to become kings, so they might want to kill you. Other nobles, you have to deal with relationships with all your nobility, your counts, your earls, your viscounts, etc, etc, as you're both not only trying to sort of expand your country, but also trying to stop it from fracturing apart into rebellion. So it's kind of as much as a sort of a relationship manager as it is anything else. So for example, you can see that this is me, this is my wife, I have my heir, who isn't married, so I can arrange a betrothal to him, or a marriage maybe, to another monarch somewhere else if I could find one. There's a courtier, etc, etc. You can go around and get your people married off to different people, and you have to manage all your military through levies. You can't just recruit a mass army, but you actually have to manage your people. So you have your own territory. Then we have alternative territories. There's a tribe here, and this is run by a different vassal. See the vassal's coat of arms here. This is my coat of arms showing I'm the king of the country. But then there's a vassal here, and there's the bishopric, and the bishop has his own coat of arms as his own lord, of which you are the king of. So you have to manage the relationships with all these people. It's fine when it's just two provinces like this. It's not too hard for us to deal with. Here's my bishop, and here's my chief of my other tribe. But when you start to get into larger situations, then it can get pretty complicated pretty quickly. When you start getting vassals falling out with you and relationships go wrong, etc, etc. And as you're trying to sort of consolidate your claim, you get different titles. I'm currently probably just the petty king, the petty king of Mumu. But if I captured the rest of the de jure duchy, which I think is part of this as well, these all that this forms into one dukedom. I'd be sort of I'd become the duke. Then if I can capture the whole lot, I could become king of Ireland. Because Ireland should be one kingdom. See like the different levels, England is a kingdom, Scotland is a kingdom. And then, oops, just close that tooltip. Then you can go even bigger to emperors. You could become Emperor of Britannia, France, Holy Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire. So you get the idea, you're increasing almost like your Imperium level on Total War games. And yeah, that is just like a very brief overview of what this game is like. It gets seriously in depth, trying to manage the various factions, the various factors. At small levels like this, it's not too bad. Obviously, you get access to a very small amount of my personal retinue, which I can raise up. 412 light infantry, only 14 heavy infantry to marches. And fighting off if I wanted to go to war with, say, some of the other chiefs and clans around in Ireland. So it sort of gives you an idea of what this is like and how complicated this game can be. There's my de jure claims. I can grant titles. We have council members, all of which have an opinion of me. If you start to really annoy them, then they may try to push, say, my son, or maybe my half brother to the throne in the attempt of usurping me. So making decisions affects the opinions of your nobles. You know, we also have things like the current succession laws. For example, Gavelkind is a really terrible law because it means basically your empire gets split between your children, with your primary title going to the oldest, but then all your subtitles getting handed off to however many children you have, which is just horrific because it means your kingdom, when you die, ends up getting handed off to 5 different children. And of course, inevitably, that just ends in civil war within 30 seconds. So, yeah, that can be a terrible idea. So all these things, but changing that affects the population of your nobility. Hopefully that could kind of give you an idea of what I'm trying to say anyway. So whether this is a game we sort of wanted to do on the channel or not, I was kind of thinking how would it work with the channel. Obviously things like the Rise of the Republic campaign, like the Let's Play series being quite a long running series, haven't been very popular. So, you know, I'm kind of reluctant to do a let's try and conquer the world type thing because I don't think many people will be very interested in it. We could try and do some small episodes maybe of let's try and conquer Ireland, you know, become king of Ireland. It's a relatively small goal and actually sort of more of a historic goal, at least anyway, and it's something that is achievable. Well, it should be achievable, whether I can actually achieve it or not, I don't know. So that's an option, or it could just be a case that there's not enough interest in this game at all, and it's not really worthwhile looking into. So I'm kind of interested to hear what you think in the comments down below, because we're kind of in that funny period now with the channel where I'm not quite sure where I want to go with everything. I've got a few things in the pipework, like Conqueror's Blade. I don't know how many of you have heard of that. I'm in for the closed beta on that now, but the test servers aren't currently online, so I can't make content on it yet, but that is going to be coming online, and I'm hopeful to be able to get a few free codes for that as well, so we should hopefully have a little bit of a competition on that shortly when that comes online. So we've got that in the pipeline. Also got Pagan Online, which most of you probably won't have heard of, but if you have, it's going to be quite an interesting game. But again, it's a few months off coming out. You know, we're going to have 3 Kingdoms coming out, the next Total War game, but again, it's a few months off, so we're kind of in that interim period. And we seem to have quite a lot of success with the Total War battles, doing the online battles, which I enjoy, so we can certainly be doing some more of them, but I don't want to do that every day. So yeah, so we're kind of looking for a few other options, and I'm just presenting this to you as a case of, is this interesting or is it not interesting at all? I'd kind of appreciate your opinion on that. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I shall see you all on the next video.